Had a great question come in through the podcast, and I wanted to expand on it. And the question was, do you think that the monsters that we see on YouTube today are built naturally? And what is basically the limit of what we could develop in our own, physical capacity? What can we do naturally through the training, eating, and just all the natural stuff? And I said, listen, to each their own. I honestly don't care what those mass monsters do, whether they're YouTube personality or not. It's up to them. But what I said you want to get inspiration from is you want to look at the strength and health magazines, the muscle builder and power magazines, 50s, 60s, early 70s. Now, I know steroids started coming in sometime around the late 60s, I think. So, in the 70s, I think some of the bodybuilders were basically getting prescription steroids. But the way they ate, the way they trained, so simple, consistent, heavy training, full body workouts or upper and lower body splits, staying active, running, swimming, biking, essentially being athletes with a focus on strength training, on weightlifting. So let's take a look at some of these new magazines I picked up. I've got a lot of them here. I picked up about 20 more of them recently, and I'm going to give you a flip through them. Let's check it out. So we've got this magazine from 1967. This is Dan Lurie's Muscle Training Illustrated. Now, Bill Pearl, I'm not sure if he was a vegetarian or a vegan by this time, but let's just take a look and see, what's going on through some of this. Look at the size of Bill Pearl. I mean, the guy is just jacked, thick. So, Muscle Gossip, you're going to see, it's what's cool about these magazines is they always show gymnastics. So, look at this guy, pretty darn built. Not much in the legs, but these guys are in pretty darn good shape. They look like they're in their 30s, maybe 40s. That was the other interesting thing is a lot of these guys back in the day were strong through their 40s and 50s. Freddie Ortiz, man, one of the strongest bodybuilders ever, I think under 200 pounds. Guy was benching, I believe it was around 500 pounds, doing dips with a weightlifting belt and a guy hanging around his waist. You could just Google image Freddie Ortiz. Now, Freddie Ortiz, maybe not on steroids. There's a photo of him on the internet when he got older. He's out on a fishing boat, and his arms still look like they're 20 inches. You could see he's a tank. Legs were not huge. His lats and upper body were just tremendous. I mean, I think his warm-ups were 10 sets of chins and dips. How many people are doing 10 sets of chins and dips a week? Okay, look at Steve Reeves. Just magnificent physique. I mean, amazing. Steve Reeves, I'm pretty sure, was natural. This guy, not sure who that is. Old, physical culture type weight room, body, Look at this guy. Amazing physique. Ray Rutledge. Tremendous physique. And these guys were strong, not like a lot of the pump up that we see today. Supersets helped Nick Perotti build his beautiful body. As was in Pumping Iron. What did they say when Arnold was at prison? Man, that guy's got a beautiful body. Never seen arms that big. Beautiful body. Look at this guy. Looks awesome. No words are necessary to describe the tremendous difference in the before and after photos of the famous John Farbotnik. Before and after. Guy looks like he's in tremendous shape. Of course, you need to have these pills. Mystery guest star. This guy's pretty big too. I mean, you might be looking at it saying no. That's Dan Lurie at a young age. You can see all the equipment being sold here. Dan Lurie looking pretty darn strong. Arthur Harris in shape. I mean, these physiques to me, pretty darn impressive. Dennis Tenorino, Junior Mr. USA, so I'm not sure how old he was there, but looks pretty darn strong. Look at Bill Pearl. Damn, just jacked. Strong, isometric exerciser. You can see these guys pretty strong. Let's flip through another magazine. Now, this I believe here is 1971. So now we're starting to get into the era where guys were probably getting some access to prescription steroids from their doctors. But we could see that these guys were still pretty strong. It's Chris Dickerson right there, I believe. Dan Lurie Health Studio. Pretty cool. Look at this, the new Tarzan. This guy's pretty darn jacked. 1971. These are all the different Tarzans. Look at this guy, shredded. I mean, that's a physique a lot of people would like to have. Ricky Wayne, looking pretty strong. Here's a photo I'm putting up on the blog. Ted Brown, ex-Marine. Strong guys, man. John Kemper, Diamond Gym owner, who I've been around John when I was younger, many years. Trained like a teenager again with the youth pill. Lou Ferrigno at his young ages. Okay. Look at Al Beckles. Al Beckles, remember, I believe he was winning pro bodybuilding shows in his late 50s or early 60s. Now, I'm going to write an article. You can see here's Casey Viator. Man, strong. Pete Grimkowski. Wow, didn't know that was Grimkowski. Dan Lurie. Look at the triceps right here. You don't see these physiques. You don't see this today. Certainly some genetics. But I'm going to post an article on how you want to train when you're in your 40s, late 30s, natural, and still get big, strong. Getting lean is going to be your nutrition, your calories, of course, your lean body mass, so how much you're training. All the basic stuff, guys. Basics, basics, basics. Louis. Chuck Colleras. This is January. I'm not sure what year this was. We're probably looking at the early 70s, late 60s. Frank Zane. Ed Corney.